How about an absolutely gorgeous old school Eddie Lawson Turbo Kawasaki that has an amazing story? You've got to see it, you've got to hear it. Let's head to Pittsburgh. Come on. Cycle Drag is on the road once again, continuing our quest to bring you the absolute most impressive motorcycles we can find. We're here in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Love's one of my favorite truck stops. A bit of a junction here. How many of you have been here? I know you have. Hey guys, we're headed to Keystone Raceway. We were there about 2 months ago. It's my home track. This is their last day, their final test and tune. We're gonna take a beautiful drive on the PA Turnpike. We've been blessed with a 70-degree November day. This is rare. You know that if you're from PA. And we're gonna see if we can find some awesome motorcycles with their last chance to get out in Pennsylvania for the year. Come on, let's go. I love Carlisle, Pennsylvania. This rest stop is like a home away from home. Am I weird, guys, or do you have sentimental attachment like this? One of the reasons I do is I used to work for WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, as an announcer for 6 years. I was based in Pittsburgh. The offices were in Stamford, Connecticut, so I must have stopped here like 100 times. This is where you would get off the PA Pike and then start your trek up to Connecticut. Beautiful scenery around here, especially this time of year. Let's check some out. Let's go watch some fast motorcycles. Customer 12, your shower is ready. That's how you know you're at Carlisle truck stop, as we like to say. I've never taken a shower here, but I will tell you this, guys. A shower at a truck stop is an amazing thing, especially if you're a drag racer. Check this out. We're in motorcycle country. Look at the big Harley Davidson rig. We're not too far from York, Pennsylvania. PA is a great place for motorcycles. They love them here. And you got to remember, we really only get 6 to 7 months if we're lucky. You West Coast guys, you Florida guys, you are lucky and fortunate to have those bikes out all year. You don't think that's Team Vance and Hines, Andrew Hines, Eddie Krawick, Angel Sampay, going to get ready for next year. Hey, the off season is here. Absolutely gorgeous day for a drive. I tell everybody they got to experience Western Pennsylvania in the fall. It's something to see. And you can always tell when you're getting close to the Berg, Steelers country. All right, almost there. Motorcycles out, enjoying some of this beautiful scenery. It's awesome, guys. It's not often we get to ride motorcycles in November in Pennsylvania. I just talked to my dad too. It's his 65th birthday. We're gonna see him. He says the track is packed off the hizzle. Next stop, Keystone Raceway. Let's go. And you know we're always on the quest to find you the best motorcycles. There's one I really want to show you today. It is an old school, mean, beastly Turbo Cow with Eddie Lawson paint. It's got one heck of a story. Look at this turnout, guys. Last day of the year. Oh yeah. Everyone wants to get out and play. And drag racers, fellow Northeasterners, I'm here to tell you this place is packed for a test and tune. Everybody wants to be out one more time, that's for sure. Will they have a gambler's race or anything? We'll find out, but we got a lot of cool bikes to show you. Let's go check it out.
That's so every other person that rides a racing Harley can see it. They can't see it if it's on the front.
I love it. All right, motorcycle fans, old school cow fans, we got a story for you. This is my good buddy Gary Garritano. Always good to see you, man. He's got one of the cleanest Kawasaki KZs I've ever seen in my life. Grew up with that bike. It's awesome. We posted it. Well, now you have another bike in the stable.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me how this all came about.
Well, this is Turbo Dan's old bike, and he sold it, I don't know, maybe 8-10 years ago to another guy who really didn't have much interest in running it, so he put it in his garage, and it sat there for probably another 5-6 years. And I saw it on Facebook one day, and I started talking to him, and he wasn't really even planning on selling it. And then the more we talked, the more he ended up figured he wanted to sell it. I was the guy to buy it, so everything worked out, and I was able to get the bike. It was a little rough. I had to pull the motor, took it to Paul Gast, and he freshened it all up. And I did a lot to the bike to get it race ready again from sitting, 10 years, brakes, everything needed redone. But and it's really basically the first time I had it out. It's 158 mile an hour it ran. I mean, it's capable of 170. I think Dan had it running 790s, 80s, pretty consistent on gas, and so it's there. But we got some playing to do with it.
All right, Gary. So to back up for 1 second here, first let's explain who Turbo Dan is, to everybody who doesn't know, he was a local legend when we were coming up, weren't we?
Yeah, now he ran, he was running back in 7-second range on this bike back in what, early 80s, I think it was, when this track was, before the Tedesco's redid it. You had really short shutdown grass going up through the track, and he was up here running 170 mile an hour.
Yeah, we all loved it. It was a special night when Turbo Dan showed up.
Oh yeah, so he was actually here earlier, and this first time he's been to the track in probably 10 years. He got to see the bike run. He was ecstatic. Really excited just to see it out there again and not sitting in the garage. You know, I told him legend lives on. That's why I bought it.
Legendary.
Yeah, just to have it and get it back out there. It was too nice of a bike to see it sitting there going away. So.
Legend is the right word. Diving more into exactly what this is, it's got the Eddie Lawson paint. Technically, this motor a GPZ, is that what we're dealing with?
Yeah, it's a 1428 with a turbocharger on it. We dynoed it GMS, Greg Dahl's shop in Uniontown, and it made, I think it was 346, somewhere around that range, or 246, excuse me, on 15 pound of boost. So, I mean, there's a lot more in it, but we're just out here having fun with it, that's all. We're not trying to set the world on fire.
How would you compare this ride to your naturally aspirated Kawasaki KZ?
The main thing is that when the turbo comes in, it's a different kind of feel. It just feels like it's pulling twice as hard as soon as you hit each gear. Now, this is a 4-speed, so my other one's a 5-speed, but each time you hit that button, you can just feel the power and acceleration more so than the naturally aspirated one.
So Gary, I know you've done an awful lot to this bike. We got to follow you on Facebook. It was a complete restoration.
Yeah.
Take me through a little tour of what you did.
Oh, basically just from sitting, I had, you know, take the brakes all apart, clean them, flush them out, fresh fluid. Like I said, Paul Gast did the motor. And
what all did Paul do to the motor, do you know?
Yeah, it was, he put the shim under bucket because it was shim over bucket, and that's the way Dan used to run it, and that was a little scary to us, spitting a shim out. So he did that, and he just freshened it all up with rings and, you know, valve job, everything it needed. Nothing crazy, just to get it race ready again. The big thing was Greg Dahl on the dyno, rejetted it, put some timing in it, did all those changes to get the most horsepower. We put it on a dyno, it was only down around, I think, 170, and some tuning, it got up to, I think it was around 230.
Wow.
236, somewhere around that range. You know, I just repainted the frame and that up around the engine when I had it out. Polished everything. It was just all tarnished from sitting. But it all came together real good, so we're happy with it. My wife's excited and family, you know.
It's
just to have it back out, and Dan was ecstatic to see it after probably 10 years. You know?
I'm sure. I was just going to ask you his reaction. I mean, it must be bringing a tear to his eye.
Oh yeah, he was happy. Then I put his name and his number on the side of the wheelie bar plate, and Turbo Dan 157 was his racing number, and he's just happy to see that on there. So yeah, he said he thinks he ran a 490s on it years ago when he had her going pretty strong, but it ran pretty consistent, 5.0s and the 8. It's a nice machine. It was just too nice to let it sit.
Absolutely. Well, a beautiful bike and an even better story. We look forward to following this. What number would make you real happy?
Today I don't expect too much. I mean, you know, 840s, 830s, you know, would be happy with that.
I'm sure that gets your attention out there.
I mean, it won 850s on the first one, but the clutch I softened up real just to get it going and get it out of the hole. But there's a lot more left in it, so we're happy the way it is.
Good luck to you.
All right, thank you, Jack.
Gary, we've got some very important people here to your program over the years. Who do we have here?
Oh, this is my beautiful wife, been with me from the get-go, and my dad, who's also been with me, what, 26, 27 years we've been doing this, so still at it.
I know as long as I've been alive, I've been seeing you guys out here supporting Gary. It's been pretty cool, guys.
Yeah, we love it.
You loving this new turbo bike or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. It's awesome.
Good to see you guys.
All right,
Good to
thank
see
you.
you.
What do you like to run in that giant slick?
6 pound air we run in it. Yeah.
It is so cool to see that bike, and I'm really proud of Gary, what he's done with it. Gary has a whole lot of passion. I know he's very excited about this. And guys, to give you a little bit more insight, back when my dad first started racing, at least with me, when Turbo Dan would show up, it was like a Funny Bike Pro was there. That's the aura. Turbo Dan was so far ahead of his time. I mean, when people were running 12 and 11 second street bikes, he was showing up with a 7-second turbo bike in the 80s. And we know that when Dan had to retire and he had to get out, we always wondered what would happen to his legacy, his bike. It's really cool that Gary's carrying that on. We got Jack Sr., shall we say, beloved dad, 65th birthday. Happy birthday.
Thanks, man.
You're getting to make a pass on your 65th birthday. How cool is this?
This is awesome, man. Really awesome. Just a beautiful day here in Western PA, and can't think of anywhere I'd rather be. We're sitting in a place right now, Jack, that should be reminiscent to you of when it all started.
This is
the
it.
fitness corner, remember?
It's where Cycle Drag was born.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to see the ZRX. What number would make you happy here on the ZRX?
Well, if we could get a 60, maybe even, 60 or a high 50, that'd be great. So
There you go.
we'll see.
Have some fun, man. Happy birthday.
Thanks. You'll be here.
So guys, it really is cool to see my dad out here on his 65th birthday. This truly is the track where Cycle Drag was born. We used to race a little S2 350 two-stroke in the gravel, right? This is the humble beginning. I got to thank my dad for exposing me to this sport. He is the one that really instilled that love. And my dad had some health scares. We almost lost him a few years back. I'm so glad he's still here and still able to do what he loves on his 65th birthday. What more could you ask for? Guys, I got to tell you, Keystone Raceway, to get 10 bikes on a bracket Saturday is a huge deal. You should see this turnout. We need to have a race. We need to have a gambler's race. The lanes are stacked. Guys, we got 2 Eddie Lawson tributes. How cool is this?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
2 old school guys.
2 old school. Wait a minute, is this a sim?
Hey.
That's not Baby Kong, that's not Kong.
No.
You ride sport bikes too?
Yeah, I think we all started on the sport bikes. So every once in a while, they're real easy maintenance. You can go down the track and you can come back to the pits and go get a slice of pizza, drink a pop, and not even worry about the bike.
I love it. This is how you're getting a leg up on those guys, huh?
I wouldn't say that, but it's fun practice,
Can't wait to see.
Let's get you right to action trackside. Here we go. Hayabusa and a Harley. Hayabusa gets their first 929, 148 miles an hour. Harley goes 1303 at 95. There's a seam, world's fastest bagger racer. A seam on the ZX14. 946 to a 949. .750 crosses first. He goes 948 to an 1101. Yes, that is a Kawasaki H2, 10 flat, 151 miles an hour to 1241. That's a former track champion on the V-Rod. Right side, he goes 1102. here comes the birthday boy on the CRX. Top end, 1065 on his 65th birthday. Uh-oh, problem for the G-Man.
No, the clutch ain't engaged.
Tough break for Gary, still fine-tuning it. What a beautiful motorcycle, though. Grudge Hayabusa, 1042. Fast bikes, the Hayabusa, the Bagger, the Busa gets there first. Another local legend, Jesse Bone, left lane. Bone goes 893 on the ZX14. He gets there first to a 1221. Side 1034 takes the win on the Busa. Where's my Harley Bagger fans?
So let's go see what happened to Gary. He was saying he was having clutch problems. I really hope he gets another pass. This test and tune was only supposed to go till 4 o'clock. It's getting close to 4 now. We'll see if they bend the rules due to this unbelievable astronomical turnout. I hope they do. We got a nice day. We still got some daylight. They may not want to turn on the lights for budget reason, but we still got some more daylight and they got a lot of people to run. G-Man, I heard you saying clutch. What happened out there?
Well, like I said, the run before I had it set pretty soft. I come out of the water and I put it in gear and let the clutch lever out. Nothing, it didn't move with the clutch lever all the way out. So nothing major, but
Nothing major?
screwed that run, that's all.
Think we'll get another hit?
I don't know.
I hope so, huh?
I'll mess with it and see what happens.
Excellent. Wish you the best here.
All right, thanks.
Hey, you went 65 on your 65th birthday.
I didn't even realize that, yeah.
65 on 65.
How about that? Not a bad pass.
Not bad, huh?
7060, slipped a little bit.
Okay.
Here's, you gotta get a shot of this in here.
Oh, we got some memory.
Some
Oh,
nostalgia
goodness.
stuff in here, so.
There's, what year is that? It's you and I, Adco, New
Do
Jersey.
your first trip there, so you were 4. So we gotta do the math on that, 86.
KZ
right?
here at Keystone.
That's 99, yeah. That's you, first pass. That's you that I know of on the
That
track.
guy, who's that guy with the long hair over there? Holy moly.
Well, we're working on that right now. We're gonna bring that one back out of mothballs. Guess I have to start growing my hair. Here's your sister
My
next
sister.
to the KZ when it was in full street regalia there, and the grandkids coming out for a little bit of fun, and ZRX getting a little bit out of control.
Well, I would call that.
This is the bike when it was green, Jack. When I first bought it, diamond green. So that ended up
76.
being the same bike as this. When you own it that long, I guess, huh?
There you go, man. Well, happy birthday to you.
Thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate it.
And it is a true Pittsburgh birthday, because look what I got my dad for the birthday. He likes Willie Stargell. Got him a Willie Stargell card with game used uniform. But here's the coup de grace. Here's the big one. We collect Roberto Clemente's 1959 Roberto Clemente outfield trio card. Tops. Very cool. I think you'll like
It's
it.
got this little bit of a centering issue, but that thing is gorgeous. You know what's cool? When you stop over, I'll show you. I have other, like, I don't know what you'd call them, highlight cards from 59, you know, that are the same thing, but could never swing the Clemente.
Excellent. So we don't have that 59
That thing is
tops.
spot.
G-Man, unfortunately, there's days like this. What happened up there? A little clutch issue?
Yeah, it was just a matter of adjusting it, but obviously I didn't have wrenches and that. I could do it up on the line, but it's no big deal.
And we ran out of time because
Yeah.
it is Western Pennsylvania. It's
Right.
November.
It's gonna get cold.
But the good news is your lovely wife has provided us with your first run that we're going to show everybody.
Yeah, we'll get it on there to you, and at least we'll have that something to go with.
Can't wait to see it. We'll keep following this awesome bike,
Okay,
guys.
I
Good to see you
appreciate
guys. Good to see you. This was earlier today. The G-Man on the Turbo Dan bike goes into the 850s. Well, Gary, you even got, what, is this the original Turbo Dan?
Yeah, this is when he run all them historic 7-second, 170-mile-an-hour passes, old Turbo Dan. He was touched to sign it and make a good wall hanger for me, so too good of a tire throwaway, too good of a man to forget.
Great tribute.
How about some more racing, Cycle Drag Universe? Let's go. Bagger and the Busa, the Bagger out in front. Busa passes him to half track. The Busa gets there first. Watch that little 750. Strong run.
It's a nice bike though, huh?
He does great. Thing is flying. That's just a little 750.
SV. The stretched monster gets there first. Very cool Harley here. Takes it home with a beautiful 10-second pass. Working the bugs out of this wild grudge bike Hayabusa. You know it's going to be fast someday. They're making progress. That's what Test and Tune is for.
Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. We do want to promise you that we will continue to cover that awesome Turbo Dan Gary Garritano machine, and I can tell you this, Gary's going to continue working the bugs out of that machine. He is going to fly, so stay tuned to this channel. Much more coming. We appreciate you joining us, New Alexandria, Pennsylvania. You know we're on the quest to bring you the absolute best in motorcycle drag racing. If there's anything fast drag bikes, we're in. Cycle Drag rolls on.